Hello friends, Kurt Berglund back with you. This is game 3 of a series that has exploded in popularity on my channel, and I'm happy to bring it to you. There seems to be an interest in old school Strat O Matic, and so we are doing a best of 7 series between the 1975 Boston Red Sox World Series loser in 7 games to the Cincinnati Reds against the 1974 Oakland A's, who won their World Series in 5 games against the Los Angeles Dodgers. We're all the way up to game 3. I'm about to hit you with some spoilers, and so if you want to catch up on the first 2 games, now would be a good time to do that. They are on both on my channel. Also, if you've not subscribed and clicked like on this video, please do that. I need your subscriptions to keep my channel going, my friends, and I do appreciate that very much. So we're up to game 3. We started the series. I gave home field advantage to the 74 A's on the strength of their World Series victory that the 75 Red Sox could not do, or did not do. So for game 3, we are back to Fenway Park for games 3 and 4, and if necessary, game 5 before heading back to Oakland for games 6 and 7, if those are necessary. And here come the spoilers. Game 1 was won by the Red Sox 3-0, Louis Tiant over Catfish Hunter, and game 2 was another nail-biter. It was an 11-inning affair, and it was won by the Red Sox 3-2. Dick Drago was the winner, and Raleigh Fingers the loser, both in relief. Today, we have the game, I guess the third starters for each team, although it's tough to figure out on these 2 particular clubs who the second, third, and fourth starters really were. Ken Holtzman is on the mound at Fenway for the A's, and it's really a must-win game for Oakland. He will be opposed by right-hander Rick Wise for the Boston Red Sox. Now, Holtzman, you could make a pretty good argument, was actually the number 2 starter for the 74 A's. I went with Vita Blue in game 2, but it's very close between the 2 of those gentlemen. Holtzman was 19-17 with a 3.07 ERA in 255 innings of work in 1974. Wise was also a 19-game winner. He went 19-12 with a 3.95 ERA, almost a full run higher than Holtzman, in 255 innings of work himself. So it should be an interesting matchup. Let's go to the starting lineups for today's game, with the Red Sox leading in the series 2-0. Visiting Oakland A's, couple lineup changes today, or lineup adjustments today, I guess you'd say. Leading off at shortstop will be Bert Campaneris. He hit second in the first 2 games. Bill North will bat second and play center field. Sal Bando bats third and plays third base. Reggie Jackson bats fourth and plays right field. Joe Rudy will bat 5th and play left field. Gene Tennis will bat 6th, and play first base. Cladell Washington back to DH and bat 7th. And Ray Fosse will bat 8th and do the catching. Dick Green will bat 9th and play second base. For the homestanding Red Sox, Juan Beniquez will bat leadoff and be the DH. Denny Doyle bats second at second base. Carl Yastrzemski bats third at first base. Carlton Fisk bats 4th and does the catching. Fred Lynn bats 5th and plays center field. Jim Rice bats 6th and plays left field. Dwight Evans bats 7th and plays right field. Rico Petrocelli bats 8th and plays third base. And Rick Burleson will bat 9th and play shortstop. As you can see on these cards, no E ratings. This is advanced with the split, Strat O Matic. But no E ratings because those didn't come until the cards for the 1977 season, as you probably know. All right, with all that said, let's get to Bert Campaneris against Rick Wise. 7 down, 2-0. Pretty much must win for Oakland, and I'm dropping stuff all over the room. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, Campy's in there against Wise. And we are underway, and it's a ground ball to Rico Petrocelli. He gloves it and fires to Yastrzemski. 4 out, number 1. We are underway at Fenway. Now it's Billy North. Switch hitting center fielder against Rick Wise. The pitch to North is grounded to Petrocelli. This is picked clean by Rico, and he fires to Yastrzemski for out number 2. And now it's Bando. Captain Sal Bando. Wise winds and delivers, and this is hit to left and deep. Rice to the wall, but this one's over the monster, and it's a 1-0 Oakland lead. It's their first lead in the series on a solo bomb by Bando over the green monster. It's 1-0 Oakland in the top of the first. The pitch to Reggie Hay struck him out, and a disgusted Rick Wise tromps back to the dugout. After a half an inning, Oakland leads 1-0. Maybe their bats are finally going to wake up now. Holtzman will face Benitez, Doyle, and Yastrzemski in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch to Benitez. Is ball 4. He's on. Not a speedster, but Doyle is an excellent hit-and-run man, so we'll see if they decide to put a play on. Holtzman, the stretch, and the pitch to Denny Doyle, and they are going to hit and run, and this is a ground ball to Gene Tennis. He's going to take it himself to the bag as Benitez moves up to second base, and there's one man gone in the bottom of the first. Here comes Yaz. Holtzman's pitch to him, ground ball Campaneris. And Campy launches it over Tennis's head. Ends up in the first base boxes, and that's going to score Benitez from second. We're tied at 1, so the Oakland lead didn't last very long. A costly error by Bert Campaneris scores Benitez and puts Yastrzemski at second. Here's the pitch to Fisk. Looper over Green's head for a base hit. Jackson charges it hard. Yastrzemski had to hold up and see if it was going to be caught, so it's first and third for the Red Sox. Now it's Lynn. Oakland infield at double play depth. The pitch to Fred Lynn is hit on the ground to Green. He goes to Concepcion for 1, and the relay to Tennis is in time for a rally-killing, soul-crushing 4-6-3. Double play turned by the A's, but the Red Sox get a run on a hit and leave 2. After 1 complete, we're all tied up at 1 apiece. Now it's Rudy Tennis in Washington for Oakland in inning number 2. This is hit on the ground to Rick Burleson. He fires to Yastrzemski for out number 1. Here's Tennis. Wise's pitch. Looper, is it going to get over Doyle's head? It is. Into right field for a base hit. Tennis is on with a single. 1 out, 1 on for Claudell Washington, the 19-year-old rookie for Oakland in 1974. Wise the stretch and the delivery. Hay struck him out. That's the second for Wise. Tennis still at first, but now with 2 outs, and Fosse is up. Wise the stretch and the delivery. It's a comebacker gloved by Rick. He takes a few steps toward Yastrzemski and flips him the ball for the out. That retires Oakland in inning number 2 after 1.5. We're tied at 1 in game 3 of this best-of-7 series. It's Holtzman to face Rice, Evans, and Petrocelli in inning number 2 for Boston. Hit in the air to center field. Billy North under it and makes the catch for out number 1. Now it's Evans. Dewey, the hero in yesterday's game, the pitch, or one of the heroes. Holtzman strikes him out. Hey, gets his first strikeout on the day. 2 gone in the second now, and it's Petrocelli. Holtzman's pitch to Rico is hit on the ground to Campaneris. He gloves this one and makes an accurate throw to Tennis to retire the Red Sox in 1-2-3 order in inning number 2. We've played 2, and we're tied at 1 at Fenway. In game 3 of this best of 7, it's Green, Campaneris, and then North. 9-1-2 for Oakland coming up in inning number 3. Dick Green, the pitch, and it's hit on the ground to Rick Burleson. From the hole, Burleson with a strong throw to Yastrzemski for out number 1. Now it's Campaneris. Bert is 0 for 1 today. The pitch to him. Ground ball Burleson. This one's up the middle. He cuts it off. He plants. He throws to Yastrzemski, and there's 2 gone in the Oakland third. And here's Billy North, 0 for 1. And North hits it on the ground to Yastrzemski. Yaz is going to take it to the bag himself, and that will retire Oakland in inning number 3. 6 in a row retired by Rick. 5 in a row retired by Rick Wise. Bottom of the third coming, and it's 1-1 in this game. Burleson, then Benitez and Doyle. 9-1-2 for Boston in inning number 3. Popped up. Dick Green on the infield grass is going to take it for out number 1 as Burleson slams his bat into the ground. Benitez walked and scored the Red Sox only run in the first, and there's a base hit up the middle for Juan Benitez. He's been on twice, and here comes Doyle. 1 out, 1 on for Denny. Holtzman the stretch, and the delivery to him. Hit in the air to right field, but not deep. Reggie charging on the run, and he makes the catch for out number 2. And with Benitez returning to first, it's Yastrzemski up now. And Yaz line shot caught by a leaping Dick Green, and that will retire the Boston Red Sox. In inning number 3, we've played 3 complete, and we're tied at 1. Wise coming back out now to face Bando, Reggie, and Rudy. 3, 4, 5 hitters for Oakland in inning number 4. And this is launched to left. Is it going to get deep enough? And it is. The second home run for Bando of the game over the monster, and gone. 2-1 lead for Oakland. And here comes Reggie. A strikeout in the first inning. Hit in the air to center. Fred Lynn in his tracks will make the grab for out number 1 in the Oakland 4th. Now it's Rudy. Oops, and I'm knocking everything all over the place, and this is a ground ball to Burleson. Rick gloves it and fires to Yastrzemski for out number 2. And now it's tennis. I'm sorry, that was Rudy. Now it's tennis. Gino is 1 for 1. The pitch to him is ball 4. So Wise walks his first man. He has allowed 3 hits, 2 homers, and he has struck out 2. Claudell Washington comes to the plate. 0 for 1. Pitch to Claudell as a comebacker, gloved by Wise. He turns and throws to Yastrzemski, and that retires Oakland in the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. And it's 2-1 Oakland over Boston in a game Oakland really needs to have. Holtzman will face Fisk, Lynn, and then Rice. 4-5-6 in the Boston 4th. Pitch to Fisk. Ground ball, Campy, up the middle, he gloves it, he plants, he throws to tennis for out number 1. Now it's Lynn. 2-1 ball game, Oakland. Pitch from Holtzman, popped up. Ray Fosse under it, and he will take it for out number 2. And here comes Rice. 2 outs, nobody aboard. Holtzman's retired 4 in a row. The pitch from Kenny is a ground ball to Green to his left. He gloves it and throws to tennis, and that retires the Red Sox in inning number 4. We go to the 5th, and it's 2-1 Oakland. The Boston run is unearned. Holtzman has allowed only 2 hits. He hasn't walked anybody, and he hasn't struck out anybody. That's a Ken Holtzman game. So now it's Wise facing Fosse, Green, and Campaneris, 8-9-1 in the Oakland order. The pitch to Fosse is lined by Fosse into right center. Lynn over into right center, just barely cuts it off, plants and fires back toward the infield, but Fosse's got a double. Now it's Green with Fosse at second and nobody out. Are they going to put a play on? Wise the stretch, the delivery to Green. He squares to bunt. And it's a good one. It's between Petrocelli and Wise, and they don't communicate, and Green's going to be on with a bunt single. And Campaneris is up now with A's at the corners. The Red Sox infield is going to play in. They're going to play in. Wise to Campaneris. He's not bunting. This is hit in the air to left. Driving Rice to the track. He'll make the catch. Fosse will tag and score. Rice's throw comes towards second base to hold Green at first. And there's one out in the top of the fifth. The A's have a run. It's 3-1 Oakland. Now it's Billy North with Green at first. The pitch from Wise is trouble for the Red Sox. Just inside the right field line. It's extra bases. Green is going to go to third and stop. North gets to second. And it's second and third for Bando with first base open. Red Sox bullpen gets heating up. It's Pohl and Moret. Righty-lefty double-barreled action. Just the way I like it. And now Bando comes up with first base open. He has hit 2 homers today. But Reggie Jackson's on deck. Do you walk Bando to get to Reggie and lose the platoon advantage? Daryl Johnson says no. The infield is in for Boston. It's 3-1 Oakland. The pitch. Ground ball, Burleson. Green heads for the plate. Burleson fires to Fisk, who applies the tag, and Green is out, trying to score. North advances to third. Bando is safe at first on the fielder's choice, and now it's Reggie. 0 for 2 in the game. The pitch from Wise is a base hit for Jackson to right field. That will score North. It's 4-1 Oakland. Around second, and then putting on the brakes is Bando. And now Tennis comes up. Daryl Johnson wants to talk with his pitcher, and he comes out to the mound. 4-1 Oakland, top of the fifth. Wise against Rudy. Rudy is 0 for 2. On deck is Tennis. The pitch to Joe Rudy is trouble. This is toward the monster and off the monster. It's going to score Bando. It's 5-1. Around third is Jackson. They are going to wave him. The throw is coming home, and they got him. The relay from Burleson. The relay from Burleson cuts down Jackson at the plate, but the A's score 3 in the fifth on 5 hits. And we're halfway through this one. After 4.5, it's 5-1 Oakland, the biggest lead for either team in the series. All right, so we go to the bottom of the fifth with the bottom third of the Boston order coming up. It's Evans, Petrocelli, and Burleson coming up. Pitch from Holtzman to Evans is hit on the ground to Campaneris. He plants and throws to Tennis for out number 1. 5-1 Oakland in a game they've got to have. Petrocelli at the plate with 1 out. Ground ball Campaneris. He plants and throws from the hole. Tennis with the stretch, and they get Rico. 2 down in the bottom of the fifth. Here comes Burleson. The pitch to Rick is hit on the ground to Campaneris, and he's going to tie a record held by many. He throws to Tennis, and that retires the Red Sox in inning number 5. After 5 complete, It's 5-1 Boston. I'm sorry, 5-1 Oakland. As we go to the top of the 6th. Rick Wise on an extremely short leash with Pohl and Moret ready in the bullpen. The pitch from Wise to Tennis is strike 3 swinging. It's a changeup for Rick, and his 3rd strikeout on the day. Next up, Claudell Washington is 0 for 2. We're in the top of the 6th. Oakland leads 5-1, and this is launched to the gap in right center. Gets between Lynn and Evans, and Washington has a double, and here comes Daryl Johnson. He wants a new pitcher, and he's going to get one. It's going to be, who's it going to be? It's going to be Roger Moret. Roger Moret, sort of a 5th starter, sometimes a 4th starter for the 75 Red Sox. Wise goes 5 1/3 innings. He allows 9 hits. He walked 1. He struck out 3. He allowed 5 runs. They're all earned. And the 6th run, potentially, is on second base with 1 out here in the 6th. Roger Moret in 75 was 14-3 with a 3.60 ERA and 145 innings. Sort of a Swiss Army knife for the team. He had 36 games pitched, but 16 starts, so 20 relief appearances. He did have 4 complete games. He had 1 shutout and 2 saves. Good pitcher in 75. All right, so he's in to face Fossey with Green on deck. There's 1 out, and it's Claudell at second. The pitch to Ray Fossey is hit to center field, but not deep. Fred Lynn is there, and he puts it away for out number 1. Now it's Green. Dick is 1 for 2. The pitch to him popped up. Rico Petrocelli's under it, and he takes it for out number 3. So the A's threaten but don't score. After 5 1/2, it's 5-1 Oakland. Benitez will lead off the Boston 6th against Holtzman. And Benitez with a base hit up the middle. He's on base for the 3rd time. Down 4 runs. They got to be a little careful on the bases now. We'll see what they do with Doyle. With Yastrzemski on deck, Holtzman the stretch, and the pitch to Denny is grounded to Tennis. He fires to Campaneris for 1. The relay back to Holtzman is not in time. Doyle, hustling, beats the rap at first. He's on with a fielder's choice. Benitez retired 3-6 if you're scoring at home, and if you are, oh my goodness. Yastrzemski 0 for 2. The pitch to Yaz. Hey, no, this is drilled into the gap. This is extra bases. Past Billy North. This is going to rattle around in the triangle. Doyle has to stop at 3rd. They're 2nd and 3rd now, with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Holtzman is in trouble. For Oakland, it's going to be Hamilton and Odom, lefty-righty double-barreled action, just the way I like it, starting in the bullpen. Fisk is up with first base open and 1 man out. The pitch. Base hit Fisk to left field. This will score Doyle. It's 5-2. Yaz will stop at 3rd, and it's 1st and 3rd for the Red Sox. Tying run comes to the plate in Freddie Lynn. The infield is going to be back. They'll concede the run to get an out. There's 1 out in the 6th. The pitch from Holtzman. Line shot caught by a diving Dick Green. So 2 outs now as the runners get back, and it'll be Rice. Rice puts one over the monster. We're going to be tied at 5. The pitch. Grano hit in the air to center. Billy North left center and makes the catch for out number 3. Red Sox score, but could have had more. They get 1 on 3 hits and leave 2 after 6 complete. It's 5-2 Oakland. As the Oakland bats have warmed up a little bit, They'll be the top of the Oakland order in the 7th. Moret will face Campaneris, North, and Rudy. Pitch to Campy is ball 4. He's on with a walk. Now it's North. Moret facing North. The stretch and the delivery, and North's going to lay down a bunt. It's gloved by Petrocelli, who fires to Doyle covering first, and that will retire the Oakland center fielder with Bando coming up. Jim Burton starts to throw in the Red Sox bullpen along with Jim Willoughby. Moret facing Bando, who's 2 for 3 with a pair of homers and 3 runs scored. Big day for Sal. The pitch to him. Oops. It'd help if I roll the correct dice. Ground ball, Burleson. He gloves it, looks Campaneris back to second, and fires to first to get Bando. 2 gone in the top of the 7th, and now it's Reggie. We're at the stretch, lefty-lefty matchup. The pitch to Reggie. Hey, struck him out. That gets Boston out of a messy 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th, time to stretch him out in Fenway. With the score, Oakland 5, Boston 2 in Game 3 of their best of 7. Oakland trails in this series 2-0. Evans, Petrocelli, and Burleson 7-8-9 against Holtzman in the bottom of the 7th. No sign of Neil Diamond. The ground ball to shortstop. Bert Campaneris gloves it and throws to tennis for out number 1. Rico Petrocelli comes up. The pitch from Holtzman. Hit in the air to right field. This is Reggie Jackson country. He puts it away for out number 2. And last but not least, it's Rick Burleson. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, nobody on. And the pitch from Holtzman. Ground ball, Campaneris. He gloves it up the middle. He plants with a strong throw to tennis, and they get Burleson by a step. We're going to the 8th. With the score, Oakland 5, Boston 2. Moret back out there to face Rudy, Tennis, and Washington in inning number 8. Willoughby and Burton are ready in the Red Sox bullpen. Rudy is 1 for 3. He doubled back in the 5th. The pitch from Moret. Ground ball, Yastrzemski. To his right, he gloves it. He feeds Moret covering, and there's 1 down. Tennis up now. Moret winds and delivers to Gino. Hey, struck him out, and there's 2 strikeouts for Moret. Washington comes to the plate, 1 for 3 with a double of his own in this game. Moret winds and delivers to Claudel, hit in the air to center. Fred Lynn on the run makes the catch, and that retires Oakland in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 5-2 Oakland. Top of the Red Sox order coming up. Beniquez has been on base 3 times. Then Doyle. Then Yastrzemski facing Holtzman. The pitch to Juan. Help if I rolled the proper dice. Popped up, third base. Bando under it. I'll get it right. Don't worry. 1 down in the bottom of the 8th. Now it's Doyle. Denny's 0 for 3 with a run scored. The pitch. Hit to right toward the gap. Reggie on the run. Reggie gets there for out number 2 in the bottom of the 8th. And here comes Yaz, 1 for 3. Fisk is on deck. They need a couple base runners and a long one, and there's a base hit up the middle for Yaz. There's a base runner. 2 for 4 for Yaz today, and here comes Fisk. On deck is Yastrzemski. Warming up in the Oakland bullpen, Lindblad and Fingers. They're short men, as they were called back in the day. Fisk is 2 for 3. Lynn is on deck. The pitch to Carlton. Ground ball, Bando to his left. Goes the short way to Green, and that will retire Boston in the 8th. We go to the 9th with the score. Oakland 5, Boston 2. It'll be Fosse, Green, and Campaneris coming up for Oakland. 8-9-1 against Moret. In the Red Sox bullpen, it's Willoughby and Burton throwing. Fosse, a comebacker, gloved by Roger Moret. He turns and throws to Yastrzemski for out number 1. Rogelio. Green up, 1 for 3. The pitch to him. Hit to center, a looper. Lynn on the run. Lynn dives, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Now it's Campaneris. Oakland would love an insurance run of some kind. The pitch. Hit to left. Under it is Rice, and that will do it for Oakland as Moret retires his last 9 in a row, and he only allowed in 3 2/3 inning of work. He allowed 1 walk. That was it. Very good bullpen performance by Roger Moret, but if Boston can't score, it'll go for naught. Lynn, Rice, and Evans coming up 5, 6, 7 in the Red Sox 9th. Holtzman back out. Fingers and Lindblad are ready. Excuse me. Pitch from Holtzman to Lynn. Hey, struck him out. That is Ken Holtzman's second strikeout on the day. 1 gone in the 9th. Now it's Rice. Red Sox need base runners and a long one. The pitch to Jim is ball 4. He walked him. Alvin Dark on the top step of his dugout. Evans comes to the plate. Dwight is 0 for 3. Petrocelli is on deck. The pitch from Holtzman. Ball 4. Evans walks. And now the tying run comes to the plate in Petrocelli. And here comes Dark, and he wants Fingers. Fingers lost game 2, but he's being called on here in game 3. His numbers on 74, 9, and 5 with a 265 earned run average and 119 innings of work. He'll have a righty-righty matchup against Petrocelli. Holtzman went 8 1/3 innings. He allowed 2 for 6 hits. He walked 3, and he struck out 2. He allowed 2 runs so far, 1 of them earned. The 2 base runners, Rice at second and Evans at first, are his responsibility. Rico Petrocelli is at the plate, and he's on an 0 for 3 day. There's 1 man out. Fingers looking for a double play ball to end it. It's a 5-2 Oakland lead. Rico is the tying run. The pitch from Raleigh. Fingers, and there it goes to left and deep. Rudy to the wall, and it's over the monster, and we have a 5-5 ball game. A 3-run bomb by Rico Petrocelli ties it up in the bottom of the 9th with 1 out. Now it's Burleson, and the Red Sox are thinking about winning it. A walk-off winner. Burleson with 1 out facing Fingers. Popped up. Campaneris under it, and he will put it away for out number 2. And Beniquez will be called back to the dugout, and here comes Bernie Carbo. A 3-run homer in the bottom of the 9th inning ties the ball game. And Carbo, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, is looking to win it. Fingers, winds, and deals to Bernie Carbo, pinch hitting, and it's a base hit to center field. He's on with the winning run. 2 outs, Doyle coming up, Yastrzemski on deck. Fingers having all sorts of problems. Doyle is up. Dark pacing in the dugout. The pitch to Denny is hit to right, but not deep. Under it is Reggie Jackson, and he puts it away, and we are going to have another extra inning ball game. It's a 5-5 game. We go to the 10th inning. All right, so let's figure out where we're at here. Moret's going to keep going. For Boston, it'll be North, Bando, and Jackson coming up for the A's in the 10th. We're tied at 5. A 3-run bomb by Rico Petrocelli. His second of the series, his second homer of the series, has tied the game. The pitch to North. Ball 4. He walked him. Could be Moret's tiring. Drago has replaced Willoughby. He has joined Burton in the dugout, in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Drago and Burton throwing in the bullpen. North is at first. He is a Double-A stealer. He is being held. Moret the stretch, the delivery, there goes North. The throwdown from Fisk to Doyle is not in time. North steals second. He's in scoring position for Bando, behind in the count 0-1. The pitch to Sal. Ground ball Doyle. Denny gloves it and throws to Yastrzemski as North moves to third. With 1 out, it'll be Reggie Jackson coming to the plate. The Boston infield moves in. Lefty-lefty matchup. Darrell Johnson watching from the dugout. Moret's pitch to Reggie is a ground ball to Burleson. He checks North at third and fires to Yastrzemski at first. 2 down now, and Rudy is up, and that's going to do it for Moret. Here comes Darrell Johnson. He wants Dick Drago. So with 2 outs in the top of the 10th, we get a pitching change. Let's tell you about Moret first. Regilio went 4 1/3 innings. He walked 2 men. He allowed no hits. He struck out 2, and he has allowed no runs so far. However, North at third is his responsibility, and the go-ahead run for Oakland. Should he tally? Rudy is at the plate against Drago. Drago's numbers in 1975, he was 2-2 with a 3.82 ERA in 73 innings. Rudy is 1 for 4. The pitch from Drago is hit to left. Rice on the run. Is he going to get there? Is he going to get there? He drops the ball. Clank. Jim Rice drops the ball. North will score. It's an error on Rice. By the time he retrieves it, Rudy gets to second base. And with 2 outs, he's an insurance run. Now Tennis is up against Drago with Claudel Washington on deck. The pitch from Drago. Ground ball Burleson. He gloves it and throws to Yastrzemski, and that retires Oakland in the 10th, but they get the lead run on no hits. It's unearned, but it still counts, and it's a 6-5 Oakland lead as we go to the bottom of the 10th. Raleigh Fingers is done. They're going to Paul Lindblad to try and get the save. He will face Yaz, Fisk, and Lynn, lefty, righty, lefty. Lindblad in 1974 was 4-4 with a 2.05 ERA and 101 innings of work. All right, Yaz is 2 for 4. He's doubled. Fisk is 2 for 4. Lynn is 0 for 4. So let's see if they can come up with anything. Otherwise, the A's will get their first win of the series. Lindblad's pitch to Yaz is hit on the ground to Dick Green to his left. Gloves it, throws to Tennis, and there's 1 gone in the 10th. Fisk comes to the plate. He's been hot. The pitch from Lindblad to Fisk is a looper just over the head of Dick Green, and Fisk is on with a single. That'll bring Lynn up as the winning run. Fisk is the tying run at first. There's 1 out. We're in the 10th. Lindblad, the stretch, lefty-lefty matchup. The pitch to Freddie Lynn is a comebacker, gloved by Lindblad. He turns and fires to Campaneris for 1. The relay to Tennis is not in time. Lynn beats the wrap at first. And it'll be Rice who made the, dare I say, horrific error in the top of the 10th that allowed the A's to take the lead. Now it's Rice against Lindblad. Jim is 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. It's all up to him. Last chance saloon for the Red Sox. The pitch to Rice. Hit to left, not deep. Rudy on the run. Rudy makes the catch, and that will retire the side. He's a 1. We got an 18. And on this particular chart, that's not an error. So Rudy makes the catch. The A's win Game 3, 6-5. Let's give you the totals after a wild game. For the victorious 74 A's, 6 runs, 9 hits, and they committed 1 error. For Boston, 5 runs, 9 hits, and they committed 1 brutal game-costing error by Jim Rice. The winning pitcher is Raleigh Fingers. The save goes to Paul Lindblad, and the loss goes, a tough loss, goes to Roger Moret, who pitched excellent ball in relief, but allowed the unearned run. That puts the A's back in the series. Join me again in a couple of days for Game 4 of this series. It'll be Jim Catfish Hunter against to be announced, but I'm thinking probably Louis Tiant in a rematch of Game 1 in Fenway. Thanks for being with me. Don't forget to click like and subscribe and share the video. What the heck? Have a good day, everybody. So long, everybody.